guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am going to be using the Maggie Holmes Gather collection for my layout. Right here I use this pink paper as my background, and before I had started filming this layout, I took some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Gold and just made some circles in that top right corner as well as in the bottom center of the page, and then I also did a little bit of gold splatter. So I went ahead and took some of the leftover papers I had from this collection from previous layouts and I cut them into strips, and I'm just layering those up right there behind that photo. This is a photo of my great niece Adele, and this is one of the papers or one of the pages that I will send to Brandis for her album. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those strips together. I am just using some, I don't know, this could be Aleene's tacky glue possibly in this bottle because I did switch it up last month, I believe it was. I'm going to go ahead and stick those together, and then I pull out these two strips of tickets. These I had fussy cut out of a paper from this very same collection, and to make them look like tickets I did use a hole punch to kind of punch in the indentions of the sides of them to make them look like actual tickets. I just trimmed down the right hand side of those strips. I'm going to take this away and run it through my sewing machine, and just to give it a little bit of extra texture. I just did straight stitches, but in a couple spots there were some zigzag stitches. The excess part that I had cut off the right hand side, I do put that up in that top right hand corner. Now initially I left these strings hanging. I thought I would like it, and come to find out I did not like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull those through and tack them down on the back side of the strips with some double-sided tape. I pulled this A out right here for Adele, and I had cut that out of one of the pattern papers. In a little bit I am going to trim that down and make it a little bit smaller. Now, as you saw right there, I had taken out just my regular fussy cutting scissors and I roughed up the edges of those strips. I did it to the strips that will be under the photo, and I also did that to the strips that are at the top right of the layout. Right here I pulled out the white thread that I used to stitch on the strips, and I'm just making little round circular mats of this thread, and I stapled them together with using my tiny attacher. I put that in 3 different spots on the layout. I used these Together thickers. They came out at the same time as the Gather collection did, and I spelled out my title Daddy's Girl. And right here you can see my trimmer on my mat. That is where I am trimming down the borders of that A. I wanted it to be a little smaller. It was taking up a little too much room for me. Right here I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put my title down underneath that top cluster. I do like it there. I'm going to use this pink paper to mat my photo with, and then I am going to rough up the edges of the pink photo mat. Right there I was just writing down the information that I had on the back of the photo so that I would remember the date, which I just wrote in pen on the bottom of the layout. I'm going to mat this photo again on that black piece of paper over there. And then I don't think I showed on camera, but I do end up roughing up the edges of that black mat as well. This is a piece of the cut apart sheet, and I took my craft knife out and just cut around that flower. I do pull it over to the side and cut it a little bit more clean with my scissors. I was just trying to get the basic shape of it because I thought I might want to use that blue 3x4 later, put something over where the hole is where I had cut that out. I didn't want to really ruin that. Right here I'm going to pop my photo up with some chipboard. This is some remnants of a chipboard from Prima. I had gotten, I don't even know when, but this is the, what is it, the negative piece of it, I guess. I don't know what it's called, but I just use that. It's just basically waste, and I use that to pop up the paper. I'm going to go ahead and commit to those tickets that I had fussy cut out and put them right there on the right hand side of that photo. I'm going to put that flower that I fussy cut down, and I do end up popping that up with some of that chipboard piece as well. I just stuck that glue on top of it to kind of weight it down a little bit so I wouldn't have to sit there with my hand on top of it. Sometimes you have to do that when you're using a liquid glue. It doesn't stick immediately unless, of course, it's Scotch Quick Dry, which is another reason why it leads me to believe that it's the tacky glue in my bottle, not the Scotch Quick Dry. It's because I actually had to weight things down. So I went ahead and pulled out several of the embellishments. What I'm mostly going to be pulling out and using are the chipboard shapes, and I think I pull out a couple of the sticker shapes, and I am scattering those around the page. They are hearts. As you can see up there by the title, I put a gold heart and a blue heart, and down there at the lower left I put a blue and a gold as well. And there is a blue over on the right hand side right there with that gold heart. So they're basically just blue and gold clusters of hearts, and they're super cute. I think they're adorable. I think the pink is great because obviously Adele's a little girl, but the blue kind of comes in and ties in her dad, and like the shirt she's wearing, it says Dad's Personal Trainer. She is so cute. I go ahead and use this bow because I have bows and I hardly ever get to use them unless I'm doing a layout of my dog. So it's really nice to be able to scrapbook a little girl and be able to use up these cute little bows that come in our different embellishment packs. I'm using this, I think they call them wooden buttons. I'm not sure about that exactly though, but I do end up using that. It has a nice little blue and white check in the center. Looks really cute. Right here I'm pulling out these word phrase stickers. I use my heart is full, heart this, and XOXO. The one I'm putting over there by that blue heart says XOXO, and this final one that I put down says heart this, and I shop that around a little bit before I finally decide on where I want it to land. Which, in fact, it does end up landing where I initially put it. Well, okay, maybe not initially, but it does end up landing over by this blue heart, but I will shop that around the right hand side of the layout, which I don't keep it over there because I wanted the words to be, the gold words to be spread out amongst the 3 different areas. And also, it just looked better over there than it did over here where I had put it at this moment. So 2017 is just starting, and so far it's been pretty good, and I hope you guys are all having a fabulous start to your new year as well. I love the new year. It's kind of like a promise of something great to come or something. I don't know. I just love the new year. It is my favorite time, probably. I pulled out these close to my heart epoxy bubbles, and I am going to put those around the page as well. I do love these little things, but you do have to add more adhesive to it. Sometimes when you take the bubbles off of that plastic that they are held on, the adhesive is left behind. That's a little bit annoying, but not that big of a problem because I tend to put adhesive under anything or everything anyways, even stickers. I mean, it doesn't matter. I almost always add adhesive. I pull out these Bella Boulevard little black, I don't know what they're called, humongous enamel dots. I don't know what they call them though. And I am going to put 2 under that top strip, and then I put 2 up at the top. Now the 2 I put under that top strip, I wish I wouldn't have done that because as you look at it, it looks like they're on the same eye line, and I don't care for that. I wish one was down lower and one was up higher, but that is how it is, and I did stick it down with some adhesive. That's all I do to the layout. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.